Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So the Proud Boys trial continued this week. The defense attorney for Ethan Nordine called for a mistrial. Nordine's counsel objected to the government showing a video of that horrific violence that took place in the Lower West Terrace tunnel because none of the defendants in this case have been implicated in all of that carnage. But the prosecutor said, we will connect the video and the actions in the tunnel to this case against the Proud Boys. So the judge allowed it to be shown to the jury. The judge also denied the motion for a mistrial, of course. But the judge did give the defense a win in that he ruled that the jury should not see a video of Proud Boys chairman Enrique Tarrio stealing and burning a Black Lives Matter banner at a DC church. That took place in December, I think it was, of 2020. So this week, Capitol Police Inspector Thomas Lloyd continued his testimony from last Friday. Under cross-examination, Lloyd confirmed that either one of his officers or the vice president's detail could have opened fire. They very likely would have opened fire on Trump's mob if they had breached the Senate chamber before the evacuation was complete. And he said that officers are allowed to make their own personal decisions regarding deadly force as a last resort. And he said to, quote, protect members of Congress, the vice president, or anyone else. Along with Lloyd's testimony, the prosecutor played numerous audio clips of radio transmissions from January 6, and the jury heard this increasing panic and fear in the officers' voices, and they were begging for shields, munitions, backup. They also heard firsthand from the officers about how they were being assaulted by Trump's terrorists. In one transmission, an officer was heard saying, quote, our situation here is dire. And in another, they were warned that the mob was attempting to knock down the inauguration scaffolding. So they were advising officers to get off of that scaffolding immediately. So all of the radio transmissions really shut down the false narrative that the defense was trying to spin. They were trying to say basically that, oh, this protest was no big deal. It's just something that got a little rowdy. And a Metropolitan Police Department investigator also testified this week regarding the January 4th arrest of Enrique Tarrio. Joshua Coble, I think is how you pronounce his name, or Cobble, not sure. Anyway, he told the jury that when Tarrio was arrested in DC, he was carrying a gas mask, pepper spray, plate carriers, and a handheld radio. And then Cobble confirmed that Tarrio had 2 high-capacity magazines with him, but he said that they were empty. And a Secret Service member named Linnell Hawa also testified this week. She was tasked with overseeing the vice president's visit to the Capitol on January 6th. And Hawa told the jury that there were a group of individuals gathered very close to the vice president's motorcade that day. This was after he arrived to certify the election results. So with her testimony and then an aerial map, the prosecutor was able to establish the fact that the Proud Boys were indeed within the restricted area of the Capitol and that they were very close to high-level officials and targets, really, like Vice President Mike Pence. And in addition to these witnesses, there was an FBI special agent named Nicholas Kaiser who also testified. He shared details about items that were found in the home of defendant Joe Biggs. So the most relevant items were a bullhorn. He apparently had like 24 stickers on it that said 1776. Obviously, referring to a revolution. And then he also had a protective vest containing plates. And then agents also found challenge coins at his home, one of which had the U.S. Capitol on it. And then there was a message around the image of the Capitol that said, Glorious Bastards, Independence Day 2020. So that's where it stands right now, guys. There's more testimony and stuff going on in this trial right now as I speak. So I'll have more for you next week, in the early part of next week, probably. So we're still looking at several weeks in this trial. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate. Please become a monthly supporter if you possibly can. Appreciate it so much. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.